What's up, everybody? Today, me and Nico are going to be talking about how not to be that guy in wargaming.
Exactly. You may have had a run-in with that guy, or you may even be that guy. So we're just gonna go over some points on how to avoid that. How to make sure everybody's having a good time. Maybe kind of like what that guy is. You should generally already know if you've been in wargaming for a little bit. But if you don't, stick around. Maybe you'll learn something new.
Let's get right into it. Alright, so that guy can be a lot of things to a lot of different people, but generally what we're talking about is just promoting a good game experience within wargaming. And even though we'll be talking in the context of Warhammer, like Games Workshop style games, because that's what we mostly play, this can really be applied to any wargaming experience. But I think the first thing that, that guy is just anyone who kind of
It's somebody that puts their fun over the fun of others.
Yeah, exactly.
In a sense, because wargaming, especially 40K, it's a big time investment. You buy the models, you drive out, you paint them up. Generally speaking, you paint them up nicely, and you go to have a game at your local gaming store, and you want to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a big time investment for everybody, and that guy just kind of, he makes it so it's not as fun as it should be. Playing him's like pulling teeth. Maybe he doesn't get as many friendly games in because nobody wants to play him. But
yeah,
I think you'll know it when you see it, depending on who you are. Because again, it is different for everyone.
Yeah, and like Nico said, I was struggling to kind of put it into words at first, but you just kind of generally know who that guy is. And as much as I want to say I don't like that guy, sometimes that guy, it's funny, we just keep saying that guy, but it's like, sometimes that guy might not really know he's that guy.
Yeah,
so maybe it's good to have that conversation with that person and tell him. But
certainly,
after we talk about some of the main points and maybe how to prevent from either one of you or however many people you're playing with from being that guy, I think we'll have a solid understanding of what to do, because I think these things have worked for us in the past and have really helped avoid that guy or try to have the conversation with a person just to have a better gaming experience. Because like Nico said, it's a big time investment. Everyone is in the game for different reasons, but if you have those conversations or you're aware of the things that you're looking forward to, I think you can have a really good experience most of the time.
Definitely. And by that guy, we've been saying that term a lot. We don't mean competitive players in any sense of the word. Some of that guy could be an overly competitive player.
Yeah.
It's like when you're
casual setting.
Yeah, when you're playing in a casual setting. But if you want to optimize lists and you want to run tournaments, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
But I would say, stick to know who you're playing. Don't play against the new guy with your LVO net list.
Exactly.
Somebody who's just learning the game, because then you might scare them off from the hobby. They might not enjoy it. You might think that this is all it is.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to chase the meta for the duration of their gaming career, and that might not be something they want to do. And we want to get as many people in this hobby as we can.
Yeah.
Just keep it growing and keeping a good positive community.
Exactly.
And a good experience for everyone.
So I think one of the most important things about having a good wargaming experience is what me and Nico kind of talk about we've known each other for a long time, so it kind of goes without saying, we know how we want to play our games.
Yeah.
And if anything changes, I think what we tend to do is just have a really solid pre-game conversation. And I think that happens even before you, not necessarily build a list, but because you can make multiple lists out of the armies that you have unless you're really peaked at a certain value. But I think having that pre-game conversation and just knowing what you and your opponent are getting yourselves into before devoting 3 to 4 hours of your day into playing a game is super important.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I just think it's important because like Nico said earlier, you don't want to be the person using your super competitive list and playing not even necessarily a newer player, but someone who's their list isn't necessarily optimized or ready for that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like bringing all knights to against an army who doesn't have that much tank busting stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only going to be fun for one person, and that's not how it should be. Both people should be having fun no matter who wins, and obviously that depends on both people too, but it's you just want to have that solid pregame conversation, because match play can mean a lot of different things to different people. Match play can be hey, I want a competitive game, or it could just mean we're just using points.
Yeah, because the match play rules generally speaking, I really haven't played any open play. It's
Yeah.
like all my games have been match play, even the even like narrative campaign ones,
Yeah.
because it just does make the experience kind of like a bit more fair for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to be the standard that people have going into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to be playing a pickup game, match play is the way to go. But that doesn't necessarily mean competitive.
Exactly. And it's just like, with narrative play, it's based on power level in the Warhammer 40,000 example, and that hasn't been updated as much as points have been.
Right.
So like even narrative players are tending to go towards match play because it just balances out the factions and just makes the overall experience better. But I just think if you talk to the person before and just know, hey, let's play like a really thematic game, and let's not bring like a bunch of, I wouldn't say overpowered, but let's not bring this type of army list, or let's not try and just totally optimize everything in the shooting phase, so you
Right.
sit back and just shoot me the entire game.
Exactly.
Like, but if you both want to go just all out, super competitive, there's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
if you just have to both know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, exactly. And that just kind of goes back to the point of just kind of know who you're playing against,
Mhm.
you know. And you can kind of tell who these people are when they're really just in it for themselves and they don't care about,
Mm-hmm.
like, if you're having a good time, they just want to, you know, go on a little power trip on how well they can roll dice.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a game, and it's like, it's a dice game too. So it's
Yeah,
random.
exactly.
As much skill as there is on the top tables at LVO or Adepticon, it's a game,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
people can have fun at any level, competitive, narrative. It doesn't matter.
I have fun
but-
painting things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
everyone
seriously.
finds joy out of this hobby in different ways, but if you're going to do it with another person, I think you should be aware enough to be like, hey, let's both have a good time. Just
Yeah,
don't be in
exactly.
for yourself, because it's a big
Yeah.
time commitment.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah.
And these things are expensive, you know.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
like, yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
gotta build them, paint them, and then put them on the table. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So you've had that pregame conversation, but I think our next point kind of can apply to both sides, both in the game and before the game. And I think what's super important is for in the pregame conversation and during the game is just being self-aware of the type of player that you are,
Yes.
and really being self-aware of like the way you're playing is making your opponent feel. So it's like during the game, if you're blowing your opponent out or you're getting blown out and like you're starting to get a little bit salty, hey, there's nothing wrong with that because
Yeah.
everyone's been there.
Exactly. We all want to win. Like definitely.
Yeah.
Like winning's great. You know, it doesn't always happen, but
Mhm.
we're there to play. We're there to win.
Exactly. And like Nico said, we want to win or we want to get a certain thing out of the hobby, and when you're getting blown out in the game, like it's really hard to do that.
Yeah.
But I think
It does. It sucks.
But you still need to be like self-aware, like we said, and just realize like the way you feel about the game can really affect the way your opponent's having fun, and just bring the overall thing down. So it's like in our games, say Nico's just destroying me, everything's dead. I'm trying to set up like moral victories for me to do. Like
Yeah.
my company commander's gonna just go through all these Tyranids and just try to make some epic moment. And most of the time,
Yeah,
it's pretty
exactly.
funny because if it happens, it's crazy, and if he fails, that was expected, and that's just funny.
Yeah.
But it's hard because like not everyone is like that. Everyone's different. I understand that. But I think it's just really important to be self-aware of the type of player you are, and that really comes into the pregame conversation, like I said. If you're a competitive player, try to play other competitive players, or maybe branch out and play a less competitive thing, because that can be fun too.
Yeah, definitely. Just to add on to that, I would say if you were going to be playing somebody who's like new, again, this
Mhm.
goes back to being self-aware. Like, and if you're gonna bring somebody into the hobby, maybe they hit you up for a game or they ask you for a game. I think you have a certain responsibility to yourself to, you know, not push them away immediately.
Yeah, and tone it down.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, tone it down for them. Unless like they kind of know what they're getting into, they're
Mhm.
getting competitive. You know, just scale for them. Because if you've been in for a while and somebody new's coming in, you should be able to gauge how I guess strong their list is, or what kind of player they're trying to be. Because you know
Yeah.
somebody could come in running, you know,
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
all the
for sure.
units, which is like totally fine. But I think it's important also to kind of I don't want to say like throw the game, but I
No,
think
no.
there are definitely things you can do while you're playing. If it's close, it's like that's great, it's close. But if you're just completely destroying a person and they're not having a great time,
Yeah, like especially a new player.
yeah, exactly. There's things you can do to, you know, try to make it a little easier on them so they get at least
Yeah.
get to like play the game. You know, like you don't You don't have to put veterans on that unit. You don't have to use endless cacophony to just blow up their stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And I think another good thing, like Nico's saying, what I was just thinking is, especially with new players or players who might not be as experienced, because we both do this to each other sometimes too. If we don't know a certain rule, it's like, hey, do you really want to do that move because I could do X?
Yes.
Or do you really want to, I don't know, do you really want to use that stratagem because maybe you should use this stratagem? And that can really open their eyes. And I feel like when you do that for someone, they really appreciate that. Because I know obviously in a tournament, anything goes, so I'm not talking about that at all.
Exactly.
But like, if I were to do something like that and someone I don't even know does that for me, I really appreciate that. And that's really cool. And I'm willing to do that for them too. And I really don't, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't really care if I win my games as long as it's like a fun thing.
Yeah.
And it becomes memorable. That's
Yeah,
what I care
exactly.
about most. But that's not everybody. But like, you just have to be self-aware of that stuff, and helping someone out like in a game and really showing them the ropes can really create a good game experience for them. Because you can still beat them; it doesn't matter. You can still win,
Yeah,
but like
exactly.
you can really help them out and just show them, hey, do this
you
instead.
don't have to just show you don't have to pummel them into the ground and just
Yeah.
completely table them to show them that you're such a superior commander. Because like I remember, I watched a battle report long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it is, so I apologize if I'm calling you out, but. What happened was, this was in 7th edition.
Oh, okay.
This person was shooting, his first game ever, 40K. He was shooting at this Necron chariot or something, right?
Okay, chariot.
So
crazy.
I don't know what it was. It was some Necron thing, and you could target the person, or you could put the wounds on the person, or like you could put the wounds on.
I do remember that. I do remember. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
There was, and the new guy was like, okay, I'm gonna shoot like at this thing, and he was like, all right, so I'm gonna put all your shots onto the vehicle part, and you can't move me.
Oh.
And like.
Such a gotcha. Yeah,
I know,
gotcha feels so
yeah,
bad.
it doesn't feel good. And again, like that was that guy's first game.
Yeah.
Like you don't I don't see the need or why anyone would
Gotching
want
a
to do
new player
that
is
like
dirty.
to somebody, you know.
But I think honestly, like I try to avoid doing a gotcha because it's just like that's just kind of a mean thing to do.
Yeah, especially on a new person. If it's somebody I played like a while, like I try to make people generally aware of the rules I have at
there's
my
a lot of
disposal.
rules in this game, and even though it's better than 7th edition, I don't think anyone, unless you're like super tuned into everything, is going to know every stratagem, every rule interaction. So it's like, if there's something that I feel like is going to be very gotcha, I at least warn them and say, hey, this unit can do X, because I might be, like I'm saying, like I might be self-aware that, hey, he might do this and cause that reaction.
Yeah.
So I just want him to be self-aware, because it just, I don't know, gotchas kind of feel gross.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing in a competitive environment.
Yeah.
Or doing a gotcha is kind of like a part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, that's true. And like again, if you're playing somebody and their list is like stronger, they know what they're doing, then like you don't have to do this, you know. But generally, just to make sure that like there's no like hard feelings, I guess, afterwards. There's no like, you know, like punches under the belt.
Yeah.
I guess.
I agree with that. And I think these points really transition nicely into like, now that you've noticed your own self-awareness, I think what's super important too, and it really adds to that, is being aware of the way your opponent's feeling during the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because if you're mid-game, like we've been talking about, you're just blowing out your opponent, I don't think it's the coolest thing to do to just like keep pummeling it on if you know you're already going to win.
Yeah.
Like, make some fun moments, or like try to give them pointers, or just tone it down a little bit and not try so hard, because you've already won. If that's what if you really want to do, hey, you've already won.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, what are you gonna remember? The games where you blew out someone like crazy, or are you gonna remember those really close games or those really funny moments? Because I remember looking back when me and Nico started in the game back in elementary school, and I'd play older guys who were teaching me the game. I definitely remember the ones who gave me a learning experience where there's something really funny or something really fun. I don't really remember the games that I won by a lot or that I got destroyed by a lot, because I don't know, that's just whatever to me.
Yeah.
And I understand other people feel differently about that, but I don't know. You just have to know what type of experience you want.
Yeah, exactly. So that really, you know, just to wrap it up, just be self-aware. You know, just know who you're playing, know what you both want out of the game. And if you both want different things, like let's say you're a casual player and you're going against somebody who's trying to win LBO, you don't have to play that person, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's super important, because we want to make friends in this community, and we want to keep people into the game, because it sucks when people kind of get pushed out of the game because they get a bad taste in their mouth because of a bad experience, because we don't want that. We want as many people to play because that's the only way this hobby is going to stay alive.
Exactly.
This thing is so unique, and Games Workshop and wargaming is such a big hobby, but like without good experiences, if it just becomes like a really toxic environment or something, why does anyone want to play?
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously we know that guys are the minority of the gaming community.
Yeah,
most people are super cool.
They're just so memorable though.
Yeah, it's just so memorable.
There's just so many stories about them. Like I can just think off the top of my head.
But
but just a heads up, if you go to a tournament, like anything goes. Like even if it's like a friendly tournament, quote unquote, anything goes.
People are trying to win.
Yeah, people
especially
are trying to
with prize support. If there's prize support, people are trying to win. But obviously, you'll probably still meet more cool people than you will those guys.
Oh yeah,
even
definitely.
Because I think like honestly, 99% of that guy isn't even trying to be that guy.
Yeah,
they just don't know they're being that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like I could say, me and Nikko probably in the past have been that guy to someone,
probably.
and it's like, we didn't know. But we really try hard not to be that person.
Try not to.
Because I hate when I look across and my opponent's just having such a bad time because I just had a really good shooting phase.
Yeah.
You feel bad, honestly, because
get to feel bad.
You don't want that bad experience to rub them the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. I know. That's why I try. I mean, at least I think I try. Make sure my opponents have at least a good time, because like there's nothing wrong with crushing your opponent, unless they're new. Then you should probably at least be helping them a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you're picking up a game with somebody that's there, there's nothing wrong with crushing them, but just make sure that it's fun for everybody.
Exactly. And then lastly, just to wrap it up, after you've been self-aware, after you've been aware of how your opponent's feeling, I think we did touch on it a little bit, but it's like, just have fun outside of a competitive environment.
Yeah.
Like we said before, the most memorable games are the most fun games where you just have crazy moments, or I don't know, the Vindicator kills a bunch of characters even though the rest of your army died.
Yeah,
or
that is true hero right there.
Or the hero Grot fights the hero hero Hormigaunt in such a pointless battle, but it's just so funny.
Yeah, it's just funny because this universe that's given to us is wacky, and it's inherently really funny. So moments like that with a narrative in our heads, that's cool stuff to think about, and that alone could be fun. That alone could be worth coming out to see and investing your time into.
Exactly. You could have such a crappy game where everything dies, but that one moment where your commander goes in, kills the enemy's biggest monster, that could make the game for you.
Yeah.
Or the fact, like I said earlier, he can fail, but he went out swinging, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, let's say I don't know, your opponent brings a big stompy model, like a Niter or a Primarch or something, then maybe your goal is just to kill that.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good point.
Because what I like to think when I'm playing Genestealer Cult, when I'm playing Imperials or something else, I just think that this cult, right? It's not even the NIDs yet. They're just there to just be really annoying. So so no matter, it's kind of how orcs are
you're just setting the story. In your head.
Exactly. So it's no matter if I get some kills, no matter what, I force them to use resources, and that's fun to me. It's orcs, where orcs never lose because if they get to fight, then they're winning.
Yeah, exactly.
So just things like that,
Yeah, just creating that story in your head and setting yourself up to have your own moral victories, or just I don't know, if you lose, that adds to the story of your army.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if they killed that knight, like Nikko said, that's pretty epic, and that adds to the story of your army as well.
Definitely.
So I think, just to wrap it all up, I think the big thing is being self-aware, being aware of how your opponent's feeling, and just making the most of the whole game experience, being before and after.
Right.
And just trying to have fun in more ways than what you typically feel.
Yeah.
Because like we said, there's so many things that make this hobby fun, whether it be painting, playing, converting, or just being able to interact with people who are like-minded. It's just a fun hobby, and we don't want to be that guy. We don't want people to be that guy. I wish in a perfect world nobody was that guy, but there's those guys, and it's not inherently a bad thing, but it's
there's nothing wrong with competitiveness.
Yeah, but it's but even that, I'm not trying to say a competitive player is necessarily that guy. It's just all about self-awareness.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think in a hobby like this, sometimes it's hard to be self-aware, because I know I've been guilty of it in the past, and you just really want to let everyone have a good experience, because this hobby isn't just for you.
Yeah, exactly. Just a final point that I just thought of off the top of my head. Don't make up rules.
Oh,
Don't
get us started on that one.
Yeah, that was an experience we had in the past.
All right. After I said all those nice things about people,
no, but I have to say this.
No. Don't
make up rules.
I'm agreeing with you. As much as I
okay, because seriously, don't make up rules.
Oh, bad experience.
Let the other person read your codex. I mean, I don't know if they will, but just don't make up rules, especially if you're playing somebody who's never played the game before and has no idea what's going on.
If you actively cheat, no excuses.
If you actively cheat, you're that guy. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, we'll be back in 1 second to wrap up the video.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you aren't that guy. And if you are, maybe don't be that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if there's any other topics you want us to cover. We're definitely looking into some. I think me and Nico have been talking about how to start Gene Stealer Cult, because Nico really knows a lot about Gene Stealer Cult.
Yeah, I want to get into that.
Or how to start other armies, Tactica stuff, just random topics about wargaming, converting, painting, but not necessarily tutorials or anything. Just nice little talks between us two, things that we would do outside the camera anyways.
Right.
All right. Well, hope to see you guys next time. We're the Non-Power Gamers, and see you later.